So in this video we're going to create a JavaScript in which we're going to do the calculation of the body mass index, which is the BMI. Second one is the heads or tails, to find the number of heads or tails. Like every time we click on flip, and it will give a random heads or tails, and it will count that one. To generate row and column, the flower garden, to order the pizza according to the size, like small, medium, and large, and according to it will give the tip. To get the longest word within a string, and to convert from kg to elbows or elbows to kg. So the first one is to calculate the body mass index. So in the first one, within the head we do the scripting, and within the script we write the function to calculate. So we give the variable weight, pass float, document.getElementById by weight dot value, and we give again the variable as height, the next variable as height, and we do the same thing for height. Then we take variable as BMI and type. For the BMI we do the calculation as weight divided by height into height. So if BMI is less than 18, it will give underweight. If BMI is between 18 and 25, it will give normal, and BMI is between 25 and 30, it will give overweight, else it will give obese. So after that we'll write we get the element by ID by the value as score. So the finding will be getting like the score for the BMI and the type, which will be given. And within that we have after that we have the body, which contains the heading as calculate your BMI, and within that is the weight. After that is the height, and final one is your BMI is, it will display the total score. So the next one is the flipping of the coin. So within the body section we include the heads or tails, the heading, the image, and after that the heads total and the tails total, to count the number of heads or tails. So within the script we write document.getElementById, the flip dot add event listener. So whenever we type, every time we click on it, it will listen and it will randomly provide the heads or tails. So we take variable as heads number as 0 and tails number as 0. So we create a function as flip function. So variable number equals math.float math.random into 2 plus 1. So if the number is equals to 1, then it will be heads number, and else if the number is equal to 2, it will give the tails number. Then we'll be displaying as h number, so total head. So number of heads will be shown as here, as every time we flip the coin, we hit the flip button, it will randomly pick as heads or tails, or it will give the result. So after that is the flower, to generate a flower in rows and columns. So first we do the head. We'll write the head, and after that within the head is the script. So in the script we create a function as grow. In that script, and we take as variable as row equals %, document.getElementById as row, and same thing with the column. Then we generate a for loop as I equals 0, I is less than row, I plus plus, j equals 0, j is less than column, and j plus plus. So this is basically to generate a row and a column matrix for the flowers. So variable number equals math.float math.random into 2 plus 0. So randomly we'll get flowers like according to the rows and columns. We'll randomly generate flowers, so which flower should become green afterwards, or which flower should be there. So we write if number equals 0. So if number equals 0, it in the garden will get rose flower, and if the number equals 1, So if if we get a value as 1, the image will be a daffodil. And after that, within the body, we write heading as flower garden, the rows, the input type as text, the ID as rows. Again, we do the same thing with column. This column, input type text and column, and I give the ID as garden. So the next one is the pizza. So for that, we again within the head we create a script as function to calculate. So we take a variable as small and document.getElement by ID as small value. We do the same thing as for medium and large. So we get the value from as medium and large. And for price, we calculate as small. For small, we multiply it with the quantity along with the price. Same thing we do for medium and large. For tax, we do the price into the tax value as 0.09. The price equals price plus tax. So the price will be the final value, the total amount which we are going to pay. And for the tip, we write as tip equals document.query select the input name equals tip checked value. So for tip, we are doing the calculation in order to get the tip from the buyer, and we'll add that tip to the price value. So after that, within the body, we'll do the same thing again as we keep the heading as pizza order from, and within that we write the small pizza, the input type as text and ID as small. Do the same thing for medium as type as text and ID as medium, and for large type text and ID as large. So for tip, we do the radio buttons as type radio value 10 and name as tip for small, and for this one is for the medium, and the last one is for the large, and the final one is the button for the submit and when on click to calculate it. So whenever we click the calculate order, it will calculate the value and will give the cost of the order. So after that is the to get the longest to get the longest string from a sentence. So for that, within the head we do the script. Within the script we write function as long word. We take variable as string equals document dot get element by id as text box value. So we get the value from the text box, and we check from within that which is the longest word. So we take as initial as variable length equals 0. So long and as long string, and we create a for loop as I equals 0, I is less than array length and increment of the we'll check the length of the string. So if condition is array of I dot length is greater than the initial length, so it will keep as long string it will send the array, that initial array value, to the long string, and it will show the length, which one is the longest word. And after that we'll do the we'll label it as enter your text for the heading, and the text type is text and ID as text box, and we'll do the get string as button, value as get string, named as get string, and conflict as long word. So the final one is to convert from kgs to elbows or elbows to kgs. For the head, so within the head we create a script type as text JavaScript. We create a function to convert. We have a variable as check equals document.getElement by id as data. So if is nan checks dot value, so document.getElement by id as answer, or inner HTML equals error after valid input. So if the value is error, so it will answer as error, enter the valid input. or else as data equals parse in document dot get element by id is data dot value. So variable as index. So we get the uh, so document dot get element by id from selected index, and value variable as value equals document get element by id from, so index dot value variable index 1 document get element by id to selected index variable value 1 equals document get element by id. So we basically give the value in the convert section, and we assign as what we want to do as to convert from kgs to elbows or elbows to kgs. So within the if condition we write index equals 0 and index 1 equals 0. So data equals data into 2. So this is for the to getting the kg value from converting from kg to elbows, and from here is the elbows to kg, or else we get data as if same value will be given as elbows to elbows, it will give the same value as what we want to convert the value. So after that is the body, the heading as the convert, which is like input as text and id as data, and select to the buttons. So this is the JavaScript for calculate the body mass index, the heads or tails to find out to count the number of heads or tails, to generate flowers in rows and columns, to order the pizza, and add a tip to calculate both tip and the order amount, to get the longest word in to get the longest string, and to convert from kgs to elbows and vice versa, or to convert from elbows to elbows. Thank you.